Hello, folks. All right. It's good. Welcome to Nateland. This special podcast is sponsored by Manscaped. Listen up, guys, because Manscaped is here, and we've got the famous Manscaped Weed Whacker nose and ear and hair trimmer. Guess who's going to be using that? Maybe someone that whistles into the microphone. To get 20% off and free shipping, go to manscaped.com and enter code Nateland. That's manscaped.com and enter code Nateland for 20% off with free shipping. We'd like to say hello to HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy. Go to HelloFresh.com/12Nate and use code 12Nate for 12 free meals, including free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/12Nate and use code 12Nate for 12 free meals and free shipping. Also, we did want to thank, give everybody that shoot, the guys, Genovations Media does this podcast for us. And they're having to do a lot of stuff. They did this, which is unbelievable. You know, our printing company actually did it probably, but they went and grabbed it. My wife Laura's here somewhere. She's producing the podcast. We've had no fights today. Pretty good day. I haven't been home. Yes, welcome. If anybody's listening at home, this is the live podcast here in Nashville, Tennessee. It's Zanies, very limited capacity. Because who's gonna say this stuff? There's like 8 people here. It's we can't get insurance. People say that a lot.
Yeah.
They go, well, we can't get insurance. I never know what it means, but
yeah, what does that mean?
They go, we can't insure that. We don't have insurance.
You mean just
on
in
this
general,
show.
like in life, or for
Just for
automobiles?
Stuff. No, I'm talking about for stuff. Like if you did events,
yeah.
they go, can we do that? And
it's
they're
liability insurance. Right?
Yeah, we can't get the insurance.
Like if I backed up and fell off the stage,
we don't have the
I
insurance.
might
for
sue
that.
you.
That would be tough. Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, it'd be hard to have you back on the podcast. I would try it for sure. I wouldn't remind you more about Planet Fitness ever again. I would definitely let that go. But I've never been sued. What's it about? Have you ever been sued? Have you been in your times?
What?
Just throughout the years, I don't know. You've probably been sued a couple times.
No?
Never
have.
Channel 5, did they get sued?
Yeah, I'm sure they
All
did.
the time?
Nothing I did, though.
What?
Nothing I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'd be great if it was responsibly because of you. All right, we're going to, as always, we're going to start with some of the comments from you guys. We got them. Here we are. So, starting smooth. L. Peter. I teach junior high and high school English, and Nate, you're a great role model for kids who are afraid to read out loud. Making strides, I have genuine respect. Why would he use the word genuine? I have genuine respect for the fact that you are committed to those comments. Keep up the fun, you guys. I've been laughing since episode 1, mostly with Aaron, who is a cry laugher like I am.
That's nice.
People like that. Griffin Bryant. One of my favorite parts of the podcast is having to explain to my friends that Nate isn't playing a character, but genuinely knows that little about every topic. The good news is that it makes the show even better. Keep up the good work. I get that a lot with when I've ever pitched TV shows and stuff, and they go, obviously like a character, and I'm like, yeah. It's like I just have to go with it. Like your stand-up's like you're not like that regular. I was like, nah, dude, I'm pretty on point and regular, But that's all being everybody now. That's all everybody gets it now.
I get a lot of people that are like, why don't you call Nate out for some of these things? And I'm like, dude, that would be the whole show if we just, we got to pick and choose. And then they think I purposely put in hard words for you. I don't. If anything, I scale it down.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Keep
we've
an eye
had
out.
2 genuinely so far.
Yeah.
So
Genuinely.
a General Lee is what it sounded.
General
General
Lee.
Robert E. Lee
I
is what it sounded like.
generally knows that little. Genuine. I could say genuine. It's the Lee. That's a lot. You know? Like if I wrote that in a text, I would write genuinely in the text because I don't
Yeah.
have to say it.
Your phone would help you out with that too, a little bit, you know.
Yeah, my phone, you know, but sometimes it does. Have you ever like done? I just did it with something, and I was like, and I didn't know how to spell it, but I could get it going. You know, like I knew with the word, I was like, I could get a run at it, and then I was hoping that would be caught by my phone, and I started and I deleted it, then I started again, and it was like the word. The phone just was like, oh, I've never heard of this word. I'm like, dude, we just started this word and you gave it to me and then I accidentally deleted it. All right. Chris Stroud. I'm 38 and couldn't believe Shay is only 29. But I also have a tendency to assume anyone more successful than me is older. By those standards, I assume Big Lots Bates is younger than me. Thought it was going to go the other way. No, he needs to hear it. Let him hear it. No. Shay is, it is crazy. I always remind, like, he's 20, he's so young. Because he'll make fun of me being old. And then I'm like, I think it's like whatever. And then I'm like, I'm a lot older than him.
Well, I would tell Chris at 38 I was more successful than I am now, so that's what he has to look forward to.
Oh, yeah, that it goes down.
It goes the other way.
It goes the other way. You were crushing it at 38.
Yeah.
Big Lots is great, by the way.
Big Lots
I feel like we
Bates.
walked over that, but that's a great name. Big Lots Bates.
Big Lots Bates.
I don't like looking across the table and seeing you. This is weird. I usually.
Yeah. You're used to me right here.
Yeah.
I raised this seat up.
There you go.
While y'all bantered, I raised the seat up. I let y'all carry the show for a second, and it was a huge mistake.
Yeah. You saw what happened.
Can't get a break. You know? Heather Moore, I'm a nurse practitioner, and my days are very mentally taxing. I appreciate you guys so much as an escape and a lot of laughs to and from work. Also, I don't think Aaron has gout. Oh, right. They would have been able to see it on the x-ray they did in the ER. Plus, it would have been red hot and wouldn't have gone away as quickly. However, if he's worried about developing gout, watch your red meat and alcohol consumption. What if I'm worried about him getting gout?
It was red and hot.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
So you did have
But
gout.
well,
But the x-ray didn't see it. Maybe he had just a tiny case of it. Can you have a little case of gout? Or is it just like, is
just
gout
a
one?
little pinch of it.
You know, you can sometimes have like a little breakout. But is gout like you either got it or you don't? You know?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I
It's
don't
not
know.
like a pimple, dude. Like it's a real medical thing, right?
Yeah, it's just not a very flattering name. Gout's, yeah, it's not a good one to walk in and they go, he's got gout.
Yeah.
Like that sounds like, oh no.
Uh-huh.
Is he gonna, like if someone doesn't know what it is and I was like, he's got gout, I'd be like, oh God. When's
6 months.
when's the service? You know, you just assume like I would send flowers to the ER and you're like, no, it's like a little foot thing. It's not a big deal. I'm like, oh, they should change that word. All right, we have some, so the audience
Oh,
submissions.
you skipped one.
Oh, I skipped one. Oh, a big one. Kennedy Cheezick. A few months back, I was driving home across Wyoming from, all right, hold on. I got this. All right. A few years back, I was driving home across Wyoming from Montana to Omaha. I was listening to the podcast when the nose whistling was first an issue. Being a young woman traveling alone, I was very worried about something possibly being wrong with my car and breaking down in the middle of nowhere. I pulled over on the side of the road and looked for what could be wrong. I searched all over, on the verge of a complete panic attack, before I realized what it was. I think about this from time to time, and it still makes me laugh. Man, let me tell you something. I drove from New York to L.A. and went through Wyoming, and I mean that's a scary to pull over there. It's the most alone you feel.
Yeah.
Because the sky, isn't a big sky. I mean, they talk about that. It's not like look, guys, I'm not making this up. It's a bigger sky there, and. It's tough, dude. Like you're just out in the middle of nowhere, dude. I remember I pulled over because I was like I wanted to see the stars and all this stuff, and I could only do it for a few minutes, and I was like I gotta go. It's like it's overwhelming, and you feel it's scary.
Well,
So
Kennedy, I want to say I'm sorry I scared you to death.
Yeah,
But I'm glad
I'm
you're
sure
okay.
that evened it out for her. She probably appreciates that, Thanks, Bagel Bites. All right, some audience submissions.
Ooh.
Catherine Rom. Yeah? She left early? Since everyone is married or engaged, I would like to know what they think the secret to dating over 40 is. What makes a good profile? What makes men want to have a date with a woman? Well, we have someone that is kind of good at this question. He's had, 8 years of a go at it.
Well, like I said, I got married at 48. My wife was 43. She had a very pleasant profile because women in their 40s, are you in your 40s, Catherine?
Oh,
All right, there we go.
Yeah, good. Oh, we're the same age. I mean, she's much older than me because I'm 42. Never mind. We're not the same. What are you talking about?
My wife had a pleasant. Women in their 40s, they've been through a lot and they're jaded. You can see it in their profile. Like you can. I mean, they'll tell you. They're like, first thing you need to know is my children come first. And then my dogs and the Lord. If you can't handle them, you can't handle me. And I'm like, are we already fighting? I feel like I'm in trouble. So I would say keep it pleasant, keep it upbeat. Don't talk about rock climbing. We don't care. Just be realistic.
Yeah. Was your profile picture a picture of you on stage with a microphone?
No.
It wasn't?
It's me with a shirt off.
Yeah.
You don't know what's underneath here.
Let them know what's up.
You don't know.
I could see it's probably not a bad body. Like it's like a body that's like, all right. You comfortably take your shirt off when you go to the beach?
Not comfortably, but
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah. What do you, long shirt?
I don't go to the beach.
Yeah. You just don't even go.
I haven't been to the beach in years.
What about a pool? What if you have a pool party?
I can't remember the last time I swam in a pool.
What about a
Yeah.
Me
swimming?
and my fiance, we're going to Alaska for a honeymoon. That's how far away I wanted to get
From
from
taking
a
your
beach
shirt off.
situation. Yeah.
You're going to Alaska. That's pretty.
I want to put a jacket on. That's what I want to do.
What about that swimming class in college?
Oh, man. That was the worst.
Yeah. Did you keep your shirt on? No, you couldn't.
I just wore basketball shorts, and you have
Yeah.
to stand in this huge line with all these girls you just met, and you're just standing there, and you like move up one step at a time. And I was so tired when I got out of the pool that I just collapsed. My legs just buckled and I collapsed.
That's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
I think about fainting a lot. How awful that would be. Everybody's got to be over you. Like, you okay? And you're like, I'm mortified right now. Like that's. I always think about it on stage.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't eat before you get on stage and you can get a little lightheaded and you're up here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, dude, if I pass out on this stage, I mean, I would move to Alaska. That's how I would handle it.
When you recorded the Tennessee Kid, you did like a crazy diet leading up to it.
Yeah.
And I was worried about you. Like, it didn't seem like it was a good time, but it was like, was it all smoothie diet, I think?
It was only smoothies. I read a book. I found it at the airport. It said you only eat smoothies, and I was like, all right. Like, I'll do it. And it had all these smoothie recipes, and I did it leading up. I did it through the special because it was like a 30-day thing.
Yeah.
And then the last day I didn't do it was when I went to the Tonight Show to promote that Tennessee Kid. I could eat that night.
Yeah.
And so even up to that, the Tonight Show was the only one that I was pretty nervous about because I got kind of used to it, and then the Tonight Show was like I was like really I didn't get a smoothie because I wasn't at home and I couldn't make one, and so I didn't get one, and I was like, man, this is bad. Like I'm gonna pass out on the Tonight Show. And then I went and ate that night, and then gained it all back in about 5 days. That's those diets. You're like, I feel great, and then a week later, you're like, I think I'm heavier than I was before. Michael Birdwell. All right, dude. You're Michael? That's great.
He's a fan of Michael.
Yeah, he's like, all right. You thought everybody was gonna kind of go on board with it? Yeah. No, I mean, I thought everybody was too, and I mean, everybody almost like they have something against you. Who wins in a cage match to the death among you three, and why? I mean, yeah, he's gone, dude. Brian, like.
No.
I would almost just talk to Aaron and say the opposite of eating. Who would eat? You know, when we talk about cannibalism, who would eat who?
Right.
And you said who's going to eat who first?
Yeah.
And I think it was your call on when you start eating people. Yeah. But in a cage match, I think I would pull you and be like, let's just get this over with.
Yeah.
And then we can have a go.
Team up against Brian?
Just to get it over with.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then we would have a go. Because I think it'd be me and you fighting.
You are in better shape than me, Brian.
Yeah,
but
I got
feel
the nose whistle, so.
that's the signature move.
Yeah.
I think he's already given up, you know? Like you got your whole life ahead of you. And he's like, is it really gonna be worth it? I think Brian might say, if you do it quick, I'll let y'all do me first. Like that's what he would.
You might be right about that. Yeah.
The compromise that he would give.
Yeah.
So that's what I would think.
I've
and
had
then
a
I
good
think I
life.
would win. No, I don't know if I'd win. I think I'd see your old football.
You ever
running
been in a
days.
fight, Nate? Like a bar fight or something like that?
No, not really. I remember I got in a fight. I remember when I was a kid, some kid was like kind of bullying my brother, I think. And my dad was like, you need to go like defend him. And I remember like pushed him, and I think I hit him like twice. And I think he just laughed when I hit him. Like I remember that. Like my dad was like, "You gotta go defend your brother." So I remember that. And then no, that's about it. Yeah. Have you been in a bunch of fights?
I've been around them.
Yeah.
I've never been a major player in one.
Yeah. You know how to stay in the
I
background.
was doing karaoke with a buddy in college, and somebody jumped him on stage.
Wow.
And so I just kind of jumped on top of that guy,
Yeah.
and we knocked over the karaoke machine.
What was the song?
And
I mean, somebody was upset.
yeah, so Limp Bizkit. That's what we were now. It was "The Weight" by the band, and I'll tell you, that's like a 14-minute song. That's probably why they were mad.
Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
yeah.
And they didn't like us too much.
I think I'm on those guys' side. To be honest, like now, once you get some details out.
Yeah. Once you start verse 7, people are like, "All right, dude, it's time to get off stage."
Yeah, and then he goes, "Let's fight him." Andy Apples, Alpers. All right. Michael threw you a bone. He knows what it feels like, so he goes, "I'll do it."
It took you 3 tries, though, before they realized it was them.
I'm saying their name, looking
could it?
at their face, and they still are like, "I don't know." It's like Costanza, Cartwright. It's all right. When Seinfeld characters are you guys most like, and why? You can do the same question with The Office. I see Nate as Frank Costanza, Brian as Newman, and Aaron as the little kid that Jerry cussed in front of, so he keeps using cuss words all the time, and somehow it's Jerry's fault.
I'd like a character with a name. You know, that might be a good place to start.
Well, I mean,
Remember
I feel
that
like
extra on episode 3 of season 4?
He had a big part of that episode.
Yeah.
You know, but you were on the screen.
well, you could be Newman for some obvious reasons, but oh, they turn on me?
Yeah.
Me of all people, you turn on.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I see Brian as Estelle.
I think Frank. I mean, that's good for you because of the rants.
Yeah.
But also, and I say this to you, there's a lot of Kramer because you always have some new, like every episode, you're like, I'm giving up Diet Cokes, guys. That's the way to go. And then the next episode, sugar, Jerry, sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar's the thing you got to cut out.
Diet Cokes are back.
I know.
They're back, baby. I'm loving every second of it. Yeah, they're amazing. Yeah, I agree with all. Yeah,
I love that none of us is the stand-up comedian in it.
Yeah,
You know?
obviously. That is pretty funny to be like, not one person's Jerry. I thought I would be Jerry. Like,
Yeah, you could be Jerry. The Office, you would be Michael,
yeah,
and I'd be Toby.
yeah,
That's for sure.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Phyllis.
They laugh at yours and they groan mine.
Well, I know how to tell a joke.
Give me Bob Van, dude. What'd you say?
Maybe Kevin?
See,
Give me Bob Vance
Phyllis,
at least.
You know
dude.
why they laugh? Because Phyllis is obvious a joke. You make it too real.
If I was going to make it real, you would be Kevin.
Why would that be? Because like monotone.
Kevin's not strong with words.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's true.
Oh. Then you'd be Creed, old man.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Nah, you would be. I don't know. All right. Matt Cox. All right. Aaron, if you haven't canceled your gym membership yet, can I urge you not to? I'm 99% sure we belong to the same gym, and I've just started working out to try to get into better shape. If you'd like, we can be gym buddies. I need someone to hold me accountable to going, and it looks like you do too.
Where's this guy at?
Yeah. We're about to see another fight. The gym is not too shabby, and there are plenty of ellipticals. What is it?
Ellipticals.
Elliptical, you had it.
Yeah. That would be a better word for gout. To go have an elliptical. And you're like, oh, yeah, I had some of that too recently. People would be proud to talk about it. People don't want to talk about gout because it sounds terrible.
Yeah.
They have plenty of ellipticals and stationary bikes that wouldn't be too hard on the gout.
Nice.
Let me know what you think. Well, he's right here. You guys gonna start working out together?
Where's Matt?
Yeah, what's up, dude? You want to do push-ups outside after the show? Me and you, let's get our base levels
Pound
up.
for pound?
The one in Madison? You know what the problem with that one is? It's right next to my favorite restaurant. Bailey and Cato is right there on the corner.
Wow.
And I just end up going there.
Yeah. What is Bailey and Cato?
It's like a meat and three
Oh, yeah?
restaurant. Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, we need to go down there.
I know. So
Let's go down there.
we'll go there.
Yeah.
Swing by Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Give them a talking to.
Say what's up.
Yeah.
Matt, do you want to get out of your membership? Because we'll also do yours too if you want out.
Yeah. You can take over mine. How
If
about
he-
that?
yeah.
I'll transfer it to you.
If anybody has a Madison gym membership, we'll pick a day and we'll be like, we'll get everybody out of it. And we all walk in and shut it down. Yeah. Sherry Broughton. Nate, I'm wondering if you've ever considered you may be dyslexic. I've taught hundreds of kids, with dyslexia. And what I'm seeing with you is pretty textbook. Could it be? Is that reading words backwards?
Not just that. I mean,
It's
clashing of
also
sounds.
what I'm doing?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's one element of dyslexia, though. I don't think that's the only thing.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been tested. I don't think you got tested for that stuff when I was a kid. I think they just, was like, nah, he's fine. There was a
figure
lot
it
of
out.
that.
Yeah.
Nah, he'll be all right, dude. Like ADHD, like no one, it was like, nah, dude, he's just
No.
like wound up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, he's fiery. This kid's fiery. You know what? I had someone else. I remember one time someone said that, but just was seeing me do stand-up. Like, she's at least seen me read. I mean, which, honestly, I shouldn't be. It's pretty funny to go, why have I put myself in a position that I go, you know what, I'm going to read
Yeah.
in front of people.
Yeah.
The most people. Can I read in front of the most people? All right, we'll do it. We'll do dyslexia. That'll be our new next
On the
Krispy Kreme
podcast?
challenge.
Take a test live.
While we eat Krispy Kreme donuts, we'll do dyslexia shit test and see if it all comes together. And I'll start reading the donuts and eating the paper, and I'm like, "Is that it? Is that?" And they're like, "Oh
Yeah.
boy." CPAM shoes. I feel like I have to share my honest opinion. Aaron has a really nice smile.
Ooh.
Even with the extra weight. He's still better looking than you two vagabonds. Love the podcast, guys. Keep it up. What is a vagabond? Just a kind of wandering?
A hobo, kind of.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Vagabond's a pretty good word.
I love that she wrote that like she was embarrassed. That, you know, it's like, I
think it's a guy.
I'm
dude.
ashamed.
CPAM shoes?
Might be.
I
appreciate it either way.
Yeah.
I saw somebody comment on YouTube once, from the side, Aaron looks like a Roman god. And from the front,
like in the Roman times, the guy would gather his family and be like, no, everybody stand proper. And then you turn face forward. All right, everybody go. Everybody go. Like I thought we were meeting somebody. Angie, this podcast is the 2021 revamp of the Magic School Bus. And Brian is Miss Frizzle, who takes us down an educational adventure every week.
Yeah. I like that.
I was not familiar with the Magic School Bus. You guys know the Magic School Bus?
It was it.
Yeah.
Was it past your time?
Yeah.
I think it's past my time. When was it?
It was, I think, the 90s, and now it's been rebooted, I think.
They're
it's on,
rebooting it,
on
yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah.
And Miss Frizzle, she is an older lady that helps out and tells the kids about life out there in the world.
I kind of got that from the comment. I mean, if you would have been like, she's a giraffe that does, then I'd be like, oh, thanks for explaining. But you just basically, so it's a show. They're revamping. It even says, she says it's revamped.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Thanks for paying attention to the podcast, Brian.
Well, do you guys think that's accurate? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Judge and jury over here. Hey, folks, what do we got over here? You think it's accurate? Can I get this out of the room? What do you guys think? Justin Fuller. Hello, folks. As I bet he thought Fuller. I bet he was like, he'll get mine. And I'm Fuller. Justin Fuller. Hello, folks. As a fellow Ted Lasso fan, still the best show. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. I can't believe for the last 2 episodes you have missed the reference to semantic satiation.
Huh?
Satiation?
Uh-huh.
Why would you not have, how many T's are in there?
2.
2, satiation. That's exactly right. All right, that makes sense. In episode 6 of the show, where Ted is repeating plan over and over after it's lost its meaning, Coach Beard just knows the psychological phenomenon that's causing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I went and looked up this clip. We've been talking about this.
Yeah.
You suffer for that. And sure enough, there's a scene where Ted just keeps saying plan over and over. And it just loses its meaning.
Yeah.
They talk about this.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's what Justin just said. Where Ted is repeating plan over and over after it's lost its meaning.
I know.
Coach Beard just knows the psychology.
I didn't think you got it.
Huh? I think everybody got it. Caitlin Blanchard, the Blanchard family. That sounds like a...
Yeah, what is that from?
The Blanchards? I know
That
you don't want to
sounds
mess
like
with them, I'll
something.
tell you that.
It sounds like something.
The Blanchard boys coming over.
It does sound like that.
I don't think you'd want the Blanchard boys to come over. Mm-mm. And I think if something happened, you go, who did it? Who do you think did it?
Yeah.
The Blanchard.
The Blanchards are at it
Blanchard
again.
clan.
Yeah.
I would love to know how you guys decide on topics each week. It's so fantastically random. Don't ever change that. P.S. I think Aaron's laughing fits are underrated. No, I mean, I appreciate him. He brings at least some energy to the show. Trust me. I mean, they're the most rated. There's no real. I mean, you text me and you're like, all right, what are we gonna talk about? I mean, the whole point of these topics too, and I think everybody gets it. It's just trying to whatever we can make jokes out of and just try to be funny. The states thing has been like we're just talking about states and like it's just trying to make jokes. Like so we're talking about very random things that are very fun to make jokes about.
Right.
Like that's it's like it's a lot of stuff in the past is very fun to make fun of because it's in the past and like so it's like not having it be topical and political like so you do that.
One of my favorite moments was showing up to record one day and the crew was setting up and they're like, "What are you guys talking about today?" I was like, "Rhode Island," and they're like, they were like, "What?" It was just out of nowhere.
Calendars.
I love calendars.
Yeah.
Yeah, calendars is a good one to where people are like, what's the episode? They're like, why would you listen to that? They're just it doesn't make sense. But it's like just talk about whatever.
Yeah.
If you learn something, I mean, there's gonna be weird facts.
Yeah.
But trust me, you're not here to make you learn something.
Yeah.
That's not the job of this show.
Yeah.
Brooke Thompson, how did you guys meet? And then how did you decide to start a podcast with the three of you? I've watched every podcast and I feel like you've never actually discussed this. So that's true. So when we started to do this podcast, the other two guys couldn't do it. And so and then the other guy couldn't do it. I already had Aaron. And then I asked a couple ladies, and then we got Brian. No. I have always debated doing a podcast. I've thought about it a long time. I know a lot of comics that did podcasts. I didn't want to do one because so many comics were doing podcasts, and I didn't I don't know. I like the idea of like my world is on stand-up. Like I like, because, I don't want, in a weird way, I don't want you to if you see my stand-up, to always get used to the rhythm of me talking and like, because then it affects when you see me at stand-up, because then that's gonna, you're like, I don't know, you like get it more. And, but with COVID happening, it was like, what are you gonna do? Like the reason I did want to start a podcast was to be funny like this. Because if you get to be funny every week, you get to keep working that muscle. And actually, the podcast has really helped me out, even with stand-up, is the fact that it's talking and having to come up with stuff kind of on the fly, like that we come off with. So it's been a blessing in the fact that I'm glad that we did it. I asked these two guys to do it. Obviously, Brian, we've been working together for a long time, and me and Aaron have done stuff as well. So it's just getting two local guys that are from here, and so then here we are. And that's how this podcast came about. I don't remember how we met. I've been doing comedy longer than all of them. I know, no one thinks that. But I mean, I've been doing it a bit longer than Brian has. And then, I mean, unbelievable. What have you done? 4 years?
6 years later this year.
Oh, yeah. So I'm at 18.
Yeah.
Comedy's always got that weird mentality, like comedians. It doesn't matter about your real age. It's your age in comedy. And so even if someone's been younger than you, but they've been doing it longer, you always feel that. There's a lot of guys that I even started with that are doing it longer than me. Joe List, very funny comedian. And he's been doing it for 22 years or something like that.
Wow.
And I mean, I think he's a few years younger than he started at like 17 or something.
Wow.
So comedy, that's what I've always liked comedy too. Because I like that there's a level of, it's like, it's just your comedy years are all that matter. Like once you say you're doing comedy, every other thing goes out the window, and it's just your comedy age. Yeah. That's all that matters, I mean, we help Brian on stage, but besides that, you would never know.
There's a handrail over there.
Huh?
There's a handrail over there.
Oh, yeah.
That's
why
that
we
in
got
for
it
me.
in. Yeah. We need to not paint it black. You miss it. So we have a few audience submissions. Matt Organ. My wife and I drove up from East Texas. We stopped by Graceland on our way in today, and we're going by the unclaimed baggage facility in Scottsboro, Alabama.
Wow.
On our way home Saturday. My question is, other than trying to meet Nate somewhere tomorrow morning to buy him milk with ice in it, what should we do while in Nashville? I'll be going to the airport tomorrow morning. You can meet me at the airport and buy me a milk license in there. What should they do in Nashville? Go downtown, Broadway, honky tonk bars. You should go tonight after this, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
Sure.
I mean, what should they? What
Country Music Hall of Fame.
Country Music Hall of Fame. When are they leaving?
All the touristy
Saturday?
stuff that locals trash. That's all.
Should go do
that
them.
stuff
If you
is all
haven't been
great.
there.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like, it's all awesome.
Yeah. Go do it if you haven't been here. And then
Yeah.
the next time you come do that, go to Hattie B's. You got their hat on.
Right
That's
down the
something.
street.
Yeah. That's what you should do. We sound like they might leave early, to be honest. You know what? We're probably going to get out of here anyway. We're probably going to, you just see them leave. I got a long
bounce.
drive ahead of me.
That was one of the worst infomercials for the city of Nashville
Yeah.
ever. I don't know, dude.
Nashville's
Just go.
The best. Does anybody know? Are y'all thinking anything that they should go do? What is it? Taco Bell Cantina. Oh, just like the Taco Bell? Oh, there's a place called Taco Bell?
That was Taco Bell.
I was like, go get a cantina at Taco Bell? Yeah. Like, you're like, yeah, I would do that. If you guys want to go do that, I'll meet you there.
What does somebody else say? 5 daughters. Okay.
5 daughters?
What is that?
Bakery?
Elaborate a little bit on what that is, because I don't want to just leave it at that.
Donuts.
It's donuts.
Donuts.
Okay. Oof.
You also can, I bet you can ask people, and people will tell you, because that's what, get a little, pull them aside.
Mm-hmm.
Pull them aside aggressively after the show.
What do you do around here?
Hey, what do you think I should be doing around here? Like, Chad and Lindsay Walker. What do you think is the biggest secret the U.S. government is hiding from us?
I've
been waiting to get into this for a long time.
They both emailed individually asking that question, so I think they got something on their mind.
They want to know.
Yeah.
It's probably Chad and Lindsay Walker. They're probably a married couple.
Well, yeah, but the husband and the wife both emailed separately
I don't
asking
think
that
we're
question.
debating that. I think maybe that's what their secret of the government's hiding is their marriage, and they're coming out right now because they're both secret agents.
I thought you were being like, how could these two people conspire to ask the same question? They probably sleep
With
in the
the
same
same
bed.
last name. What are they, dude? How crazy is that? That we live in a time. The aliens thing. I want to do more jokes about the aliens. Because on the special I opened with saying there's aliens and no one cares. And I've gotten some alien, I'm in the alien world now. Like they tell me they're proud of me a lot.
Yeah.
And that I'm saying stuff and I'm like, yeah, man,
They have a mainstream ally now. They
Yeah.
do, yeah.
Yes, they do.
You're
I'm in
the
this-
ambassador for the movement.
I'm in the system
Yeah.
and I'm letting people know about aliens.
Lean into it. That's what
I
I
should
say.
lean into it. When they ask me anything, they're like, "Do you even care?" I'm like, I don't. It just was fun to say, I'm not like.
Do you think you're the highest profile person who's come out?
No, Joe Rogan has been talking. That's all he does.
All right.
The whole system is built on
I think you're bigger
alien
than
talk.
Joe Rogan, but
I talked about aliens with him on there. Like, that's what he's a pretty big. Spotify paid $100 million. I'm like, no, it's probably me. When I think about it, yeah, it's me definitely. And Kylie Shoemaker. What is everyone's favorite B name for Brian?
Brian.
Yeah.
It's Brian.
Oh, man. Berkshire Hathaway. That one really made me laugh.
Yeah.
Because that's a word you see like in a John Hancock commercial. Or I don't even know what it's a,
That's
there
Warren
it is.
Buffett.
It just makes me laugh. Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, breakfast was the first. So that's always, you got to go to that one. I'm trying to think.
Breakfast wasn't the
Bagel
first.
Bites have been.
Bagel Bites.
Bagel Bites is pretty good.
We had Big Lots earlier.
Big Lots earlier.
Big Lots Bates is pretty amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bath mat.
Bath mat.
Yeah.
That's like sad.
Body wash. That one
Body
made
wash,
you laugh.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Oh, those are good times. Bo Guthrie. Hey, Nate. People tell me I look like you, like I've been stopped and mistaken for you. May I look at your face more closely to see if it looks like mine? I don't know how closely you can look at my face, but you can come up here and we can see what people think.
Where
Where's
you at,
Bo?
Bo?
Yeah, Bo Guthrie. Come on down.
He's coming in the back.
Bo Guthrie.
Everybody wandered up here. He's. Hey, you better look good, Bo. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, dude.
He's hiding. All right. Yeah, just come up here.
Yeah.
Y'all can talk.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah.
Definitely looks like your brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
not bad.
Oh.
And just like me, he bailed on air. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. Got the eyes. Got the
The
eyes
eyes
down.
are, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, if he'd walked up here, he's like 450. Like, you're like,
That's what it would have
"Do
been
you
for
see
me."
it?
Yeah.
You're like, I think so.
How about if somebody goes, people say I look exactly like you, Aaron. Don't bring them up here. How about that? That's
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
I don't
guy.
think we have the, you know. All right, Aaron, you get off. Now let him come up. Manscaped. All right, it's forever changing the grooming game with their Weed Whacker. The nose and ear hair trimmers provide skin-safe technology which helps reduce nicks, snags, and tugs that no one likes. I've actually used it on my arms. It's actually unbelievable. It has a light on it. I was actually really impressed with it. It's like very easy to use. The only nose hair trimmer on the market with a powerful and rechargeable lithium-ion battery that lasts up for 90 minutes of use, which, I mean, I think you, 2 charges and you'd be done? That's pretty solid right there. It's making trimming a time to look forward to. You will get a replaceable blade every 3 months to keep everything clean and enjoyable. It's time to upgrade your Manscaped routine with this Weed Whacker. Go get 20% off and free shipping with the code Nateland at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code Nateland. What are you waiting for? Go get started. I got it. It's awesome. What is HelloFresh? HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and awesome seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. You get to skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable, and that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. We use HelloFresh. We've used it, long before even telling you about it right now. We eat a few meals of it a week. They deliver it. It just gets delivered to the door. It's in a box. The box is frozen, so it stays nice and cool. My wife cooks it all the time. It's super easy to cook. I could even cook it. I could figure it out. Cook delicious meals while saving time and money. Try America's #1 meal kit today. Go to HelloFresh.com/12Nate and use code 12Nate for 12 free meals, including free shipping. That's pretty unbelievable. 12 free meals. That's HelloFresh.com/12Nate and use code 12Nate for 12 free meals, including free shipping. What we wanted to do for this, for the live podcast, is we're going to do a state, and we're going to talk about the state that we are in, Tennessee. We have no guests because we're all me and him from here. You're basically from here.
Yep.
13 years now. That's
How many was in Alabama?
16.
Okay, so almost more.
Yeah.
They're pretty close. Yeah.
But you've had more
More
what's
formative
going on.
years for sure.
Yeah.
Those first few years, you're not doing anything.
You're not bringing a lot to the
You're
table.
not
You guys
saying
were probably
much.
doing a lot though, talking about some high-end stuff.
When I was 2,
Yeah.
we were talking about.
Was your first word genuinely?
My first word was spatula.
Spatula?
That
Seriously?
was my toy growing up.
Are you serious?
100%.
That's a gigantic word, dude.
He couldn't say that now.
I didn't nail it. Like I hit it like you would hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
But like you didn't, like when our daughter was learning to talk, we would say mama, dad, dad. But your
Yeah.
parents were going spatula. Say spatula.
Yeah.
That's what they were telling you to say?
I think so. I don't know if they wanted that to be my first word, but that's what happened.
That's what.
Because that was every home video of me as a baby. I'm holding a spatula. That was my toy.
That was kind of foreshadowing, huh?
See, I was thinking that, but I was like, I'll
Yeah.
just let Nate have this one.
Yeah. I think everybody was thinking that.
Yeah.
What's your second favorite toy? The oven? There it goes. You only play with cooking utensils? I loved when Bugs Bunny got hit with a frying pan. I don't know. Now it's gone too far. So you've been here your whole life. I've
Yep.
been here my whole life.
Well, your whole
many
life?
Huh?
You haven't been here your whole life.
Well, basically, I did move to start comedy.
For like 12 years you were gone, right?
Yeah, 13 years. But I mean, I'm like I'm hanging on. I started here and now I'm back.
A third of your life, fourth of your life, you've been gone, right?
Not a fourth. A fourth? That long?
If you've been gone 13
13
years, that'd be
years?
52.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I've basically been here the whole time.
Okay.
If we're getting to how many people are from here? Like born and raised? No,
Wow,
no,
that's surprising.
no. That's more than you think.
Yeah.
It's getting less and less. If you know, like it's pretty wild. I remember when you do like Nashville references sometimes, like on stage, like people don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
I've had it where like the whole crowd is like, I don't know. I'll say went to Volunteer State, the Vanderbilt of Gallatin. That's not fun.
Yeah.
And people are like, all right.
Yeah.
They go, is it? Like they're saying, you're like, all right, never mind.
Yeah. All right, so Tennessee's called the Volunteer State. Do you know why?
Because we volunteer more than anybody.
No.
Yes, yes, but specifically, do you know how I got started?
Because of all the volunteering that we did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
we didn't pay our soldiers in the Civil War. They were all volunteers.
No, you're getting closer, but
Korean War.
so
This is just,
back to the
I just
other
got
way.
the war wrong.
The
Yeah,
other
yeah.
direction. The
Yeah,
other
yeah.
direction. So during the war of 1812, many
right.
Tennessees and
when was that? I don't know.
That's good.
I almost
Did they
looked.
call it that then? Like in 1813, did they go, that was the War of 1812? Were they already calling it that?
That's a good question. I doubt it. I think they just called it the war.
Yeah.
Not many wars last 1 year. I feel like
We had so many volunteers. That's why.
If you have a 1 year war, I think you gotta call it that.
The War of 1812.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then,
Sorry.
during the Mexican-American War in 1846, President James K. Polk called for 2,600 nationwide volunteers to come help. Tennessee alone sent 30,000
Oh, wow.
because
Good
we were
for
upset
us.
about Davy Crockett because he was killed at the Alamo.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know that because you get a hat with a squirrel attached to it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is right.
You buy it, and this is all your parents buy you. And then you go somewhere, you get that. Every year was like, you want one of those Davy Crockett hats? Crockett. I knew about a different guy. It's the Crockett family. Where's Daniel Boone? Or is it
Davy Crockett?
no?
Daniel Boone's the other. I thought he was the hat guy.
Oh, Daniel
He is?
Boone's the hat guy.
Well, what did Davy Crockett wear?
Apparently nothing. He wore a T-shirt. Did he wear it? So Daniel Boone's the hat. I bet he's pretty upset about that.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody thinks it's Davy Crockett, right? You just think it's Davy Crockett, and then you go, I got a Davy Crockett hat, and he's like, it's my hat.
Or a Sunny D hat.
He goes, David would never wear something like that.
I worked at a country club here in town. They had an event for the Daniel Boone Society, and it was just people named Daniel Boone.
Oh, yeah.
And it was literally hundreds of people in a room, all with a name tag that said Daniel Boone on it. So many people are named after him. It's insane.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And y'all met, and they met there.
They all met up. It's like their yearly get-together. It's all the Daniel Boones get together, see what we're up to.
What did they talk about? Like that?
Yeah, that seems like a quick meeting.
Yeah.
That would be.
I'm gonna get all the Nate Bargatzes together. It's just me alone in a room. They're coming. Did they talk about Daniel Boone?
I didn't stay in there too long. I just kind of poked in, saw everybody, and then left.
Did they get after it? Like, is it a party?
It was a little lunch buffet. It was like
Yeah.
a daytime.
Can you
event.
imagine if you're 12 and you're named Daniel Boone, and your mom's like, "We got to go to this thing," and you're like, "What is it?" And you're like, "Well, it's everybody named Daniel Boone." And you're like, "Are they related to me?" You're like, "No," but it's a common name, so we meet up.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of Boones.
I think a lot of them are Boone is the middle name, Daniel Boone,
Oh.
and then whatever their last.
So then a guy that's actually named Daniel Boone last name, I mean, that guy just runs the place. Like, he goes, Daniel Boone, he goes, "What's your last name?" I said it. And you're like, "Whoa, all right, got a big dog here. You usually don't come to this." He goes, "I know, but I've wanted to come for a long time."
Tennessee, during the Civil War, Tennessee was the last state to join the Confederacy and the first state to be readmitted to the Union. So we were kind of unsure what we wanted to do there.
Yeah, we go either way.
East Tennessee was actually supported the Union.
Okay.
That's changed, but if you've been to Gatlinburg, you know.
Oh man.
Gatlinburg was a different place back then.
In 2017, Nashville passed Memphis as the largest city in Tennessee.
When? 2017?
Yep.
So I always have a theory. If you're from Nashville, do you ever, like, did we feel like we have a rivalry with Memphis, like, growing up? No? I did.
Yeah.
I had my own personal rivalry.
Did you know many people from Memphis? Or was
No,
it...
not one. Not a single one. You know what I think I'd always get bothered by? So when I moved to Chicago, I would say I'm from Tennessee, and they'd always say Memphis. And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
I'm from Nashville. Like, but no one knew Nashville. Like, no one thought about Nashville in 2002
Yeah.
and 3. And so it was always, people would always be like, "Oh, Memphis." And I'm like, "No, I didn't even go to Memphis." I was like, "How do you not Nashville?"
Yeah.
And I was like, kind of like, "Why are they not saying our Nashville?" And then slowly it just started changing.
Yeah.
And then it was like, now it's too much.
Yeah, for sure. Well, on average, 83 people a day move to Nashville.
83?
That's the greater metro area. That's 14 counties that they call the Nashville area.
Yeah. Can you name them all?
I bet you
I can
can.
name most of them. Probably.
Yeah.
And according to the U.S. Census, 15 fastest growing cities in the U.S. are here in Middle Tennessee, Murfreesboro and Franklin.
Oh, wow. Murfreesboro getting up.
Murfreesboro.
Starting to blow up. Go buy some land in Murfreesboro.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready. You know, the cheapest gas I ever saw in my life was in Murfreesboro.
Yeah, you told me.
How
Oh,
cheap?
69 cents.
69.
Yeah.
When was this?
1945. Something, give or take. No, I was in high school, 1990 or 98, 97, 98, like maybe right after high school. And I just remember thinking, man, that's cheap
Yeah.
gas. It's always stuck with me. And I've never seen it ever since then.
Yeah.
That's what Murfreesboro's known for.
You could fill your car up for $5. Like, easy. Maybe $10. Maybe it's $5 half.
Yeah,
I had a
small
small
car,
tank.
dude. Yeah.
No, it was $10. I remember in high school, like you would put $3 in.
Mm-hmm.
Like in high school, you're just like, you're always paying cash. And then you'd go in and be like, "I'll take 2 on pump 4 or whatever." Like, dude, that's so insane. Like, kids are not going to, like, $2 is all you would put in. And it was basically just to get you to the next gas station.
Yeah.
Like, that's all. But that's all you do. $5. And then if your parents gave you $20, you're like, I mean, you would still only put $2 in. I'd keep 18 of it.
Yeah. The Great Smoky Mountains National Park is the most visited national park in the U.S. Twice as many visitors as the next one, the Grand Canyon.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Feels
crazy.
pretty good. We're doing better than the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
I've been in the Grand Canyon. It's just like so big that you're like, okay. Like, it's the idea of it going. It's just so big that it doesn't even really matter. Like, you just go, yeah, I went to it. And then you're like, yeah. And you're like, yeah, it's pretty big. And it's just a big thing. It's, you know what I mean? It's not like you can take it all in. So you just kind of go, okay, we went to one part of it. I stood near the side of it. And you're like, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then you kind of wrap it up. You're like, all right. And you're seeing kids, you're seeing these parents like now watch their kids, and the kids are just leaping off rocks. And so you're about to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of like kids jumping and you don't see them land because they're jumping off like a different level. And I mean, you just have to leave because these parents, because you just can't handle it. There's these parents that are just don't care. And
Were
you're
you
like,
with your parents?
Huh?
Were you with your parents?
Yeah. I was, I mean, we went when I was 30 or something. Like, I don't know, like I was old. But I was with my parents and my wife's parents. And so, yeah, it was just very, you know, you always see it when you fly over. That's where you can be like, it's crazy, you know? So just fly. Just take a
Just
flight.
fly over it. Yeah.
I would say would you count, have you seen the Grand Canyon as just flying over? If you never actually went to it and you go, but I've flown over it a bunch, I think you could talk about it more than the person that's been there.
Yeah.
Because you see the whole thing.
Because you see the whole thing.
Do you get to go in it?
You can. I think they
You
do.
didn't?
Huh?
You didn't want to go in there?
I don't think we had that kind of time. I think it was just like we're gonna go see it, and then when we went about our day. But you can go like
Camp
through
down
it,
there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then then you're just in it, and you're like, I don't know, feels like kind of crazy. I'm not trying to say I'm not impressed with the Grand Canyon. I get the idea of it. I'm just saying when you go there, it's so big that you're just like a little standing next to it, like, okay, all right.
Sounds like a great trip.
Yeah.
You took, you know?
I think everybody should go. I mean, maybe I wouldn't talk like this if I'd never been. So maybe everybody go on your own. I don't know. All right.
We went to the Smoky Mountains every year. as a
Yeah.
kid. That was our trip.
Yeah.
Yep.
What'd
As
you
a
do
f-
up there?
I mean,
Just kind of look around?
yeah. Gatlinburg, Pigeon
Yeah.
Forge, stuff like that.
All right. This sounds like we're at a bus stop. Having small talk. I mean, good night. All right. Bus stop probably more interesting than what's going on in this live show.
Sorry, you reeled me in with your Grand Canyon talk. The deadliest train crash in U.S. history happened in Nashville.
All right. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
The deadliest what crash?
Train crash.
Train.
Train.
Yeah. Train. Like a choo-choo
1918.
train.
This happened kind of Bellmead area near White Bridge Road. Two trains
I think
collided.
traffic was crazy that day. I remember. Go ahead. That sounded like a traffic reading. Did they on the radio? When was this? 1918.
1918.
Just hear on the radio. They have radio, right? Probably. And
Probably.
you just hear White Bridge Road, big train accident today. All right. Horses.
101 people were killed.
All right.
Oh,
Good
geez.
night.
Yeah.
Maybe give a heads up with that. I guess.
The deadliest train accident in U.S. history.
How many people die on a regular cruise? 30, 40?
We'll get to that. It was the engineer's last train route before he retired.
Oh, did he die?
Was it his fault?
It might have been.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know who else's fault it is.
Well, there's two engineers, so one of them
Oh, there's two, but
mean,
one
they-
of them.
they
Two
collided.
trains crashed.
going 60
Head
miles
on.
an hour. Yep. Yeah. They were on their way to Old Hickory.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I don't even know what's going on.
Is that why it's hard to get a train now to get from Old Hickory to downtown Nashville? You know how they're building that
The
train?
Music City Star?
Yeah. It won't. It just refuses to go to Old Hickory. It's blaming us for that.
Maybe.
If you're on that train, do you want to know that the other train's coming? You
No.
know? You just want to go out, huh?
I think if you asked me that, I'd be like, well, apparently you can see the future, so why don't you stop this train from wrecking? You imagine just getting told that some guy, do you want to know that you're about to die? Well, why don't you stop it, dude? You have magical powers, apparently. Why are you asking me this stuff? Put a gun to my head. I always try that as a joke. That's the... Ever talked about it on this?
I don't think on the podcast.
But if you put, someone always says, gun to your head, can you name the top Atlanta Braves baseball player, where you're like, who's putting these guns at these people's heads
Yeah.
for these trivial?
Genuine.
The worst maritime disaster in U.S. history happened.
We kind of blew over the train thing.
Well, we keep talking about it. I mean, there's a monument over there on
Oh, there is?
White Ridge Road. Yeah, right
Yeah.
off of it.
A monument of what?
The trains colliding. It's a
They
statue.
put up a picture of the deadliest
Well,
train.
it's like
They-
a plaque, like honoring the victims.
Oh, there's not a picture. That's all I was wondering.
It's called Dutchman's Curve. 50,000 people came to the track the next day to help rescue survivors, search for loved ones, or just witness it.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They had to probably get there by horse.
1918?
They could
I don't know.
say they couldn't
Some.
take the train there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
The train was not running.
Yeah.
So everybody was riding that train.
Yeah.
All right.
The worst maritime disaster in U.S. history happened on the Mississippi River in Memphis.
I don't even know what is it?
That's boat accident.
Maritime?
Maritime.
It's maritime with an M?
Yeah.
Why would they not say boat? How do you use maritime in a sentence besides that sentence? Is it only for that deadly stuff? Is it like we're going boating today, then will you drown and wreck your boat, and now it's a maritime incident?
Maybe.
Is maritime do you ever say the word maritime? You probably
I've heard it before.
Huh?
I've heard it before.
I've heard it
I don't know
before.
if I've ever used it in conversation.
Did you know it was a boat?
Yeah.
Okay.
1,100 people were killed. The boat was only supposed to hold.
What is happening with in Tennessee?
The boat was supposed to hold 376. It was actually carrying 2,100. Kind of like this room. It was
Yeah.
way overcrowded.
Little over.
4 boilers. Boilers.
Boilers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They exploded, and it was overshadowed in the press because the Civil War. This happened in 1865. The Civil War had just ended, and Abraham Lincoln had just been assassinated. So it hardly got any
They
coverage.
stole their thunder, huh?
That's a big thing to not get covered.
I mean, it was covered, but it just kind of got buried
Yeah.
because of the other stuff.
Kind of like on this podcast. Like this,
It's the most coverage
also,
it's
by the
ever
way,
got.
2,100 people died last night.
Andrea Doria, 51 people were lost.
So where was this at?
The Mississippi River near Memphis.
And
The Sultana was the name of the boat.
it only supposed to have 300 people on it, and it had 2,100.
Yep. 376, and you had 2,100.
How do
I
you
mean,
even?
did it sink?
Huh? How do you even get that many people? Like I'm picturing
Yeah.
a boat for 300 people. Clearly, it can have 2,100,
I don't know.
and then 1,100 of them died.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
worse than Titanic.
Yeah, a lot worse.
Yeah.
I just said that. I had no idea. Yeah.
I was about to say.
Actually, I don't either.
You don't either?
How many people died in Titanic?
A
A
lot.
lot. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to guess?
But the Titanic's remembered just dying in the Mississippi River. Huh?
You want to guess?
800.
1,500.
1,500.
And what was
Okay.
that?
This was
1,100.
1,100, so I was
Oh.
wrong.
But their boat could fit 1,500.
That's right.
I mean, this is the most Tennessee thing ever to be like 360 people. And you're like, we put 2,100 people on that thing. I mean, the fact that 1,100 made it is a miracle.
Yeah.
Like, that's unreal.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the biggest plane disaster, Brad? Brian? Wow.
Yeah.
Brian.
Right over-
Sorry. I called you Brad by
Right over
accident.
Old Hickory Boulevard.
Yeah. Sorry.
You really asking me? Okay.
No, I was just
All right,
a
let's
lot
move
of
on.
death and dying.
Of course, Nashville is the capital of country music. The birthplace of country music was actually in Bristol, Tennessee. That's where it got started. Beale Street, Memphis is the birthplace of the blues.
All right, yeah.
And what are you laughing at?
I don't know. Bristol's the birthplace of country?
First recording session, country music recording session, was in Bristol in 1927.
It was born there, but it moved pretty quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
It didn't stick around. It forgot where it came from. That's for sure.
But still Tennessee.
Yeah.
Aaron's more from Alabama than country music is from Bristol.
But there's a birthplace of country music museum in Bristol.
Yeah, of course. They're hanging on to it barely. You go in there, it's just a room. Is it the room that they did it in?
Probably.
And then they go, that's about it.
Probably.
And you go, have you heard about Nashville? Yeah, we've heard about Nashville.
The oldest live radio station continuously going is the Grand Ole Opry since 1925. You were just on there, right, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah. What that's what station is AM radio, right? That's
WSM
TV.
radio.
Yeah. 650?
There it is.
Yeah. AM 650.
Don't they do it on TV too? Or no?
Circle
Saturday
Network.
nights they do the second hour on the Circle Network.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one that y'all were on.
4.5, baby.
4.5. Yeah. That's the best. I don't know if y'all remember that, but when their TV credit was channel 4.5, and you have to have antennas.
You got to do a lot.
And that was this year.
Graceland in Memphis is the second most visited home in the country, next to the White House.
White House.
The White House. Give me a second.
What if it was just some other random? Yeah. Barbara Mandel's.
Barbara Mandrell's.
I've been to her house.
Yeah, what was that about?
It was, my dad did a
Fontenelle?
show for her when we were kids. He did Barbara Mandrell's daughter's birthday party.
I don't know. Who is this?
Barbara Mandrell.
Mandrell. Barbara Mandrell. She's
Mandrell?
She's a country singer.
Oh, I said Mandel.
Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel's house. Yeah.
I assumed that's how I introduced. I said, "Oh, the Mandels." I go, "I would like to thank the Mandel." I gave a toast and said, "I would like to thank the Mandels for having me over." It's a true honor to be Mandrell, Barbara Mandrell. She's mentioned in Seinfeld.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, when he buys John Voight's car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barbara Mandrell's Buick or
Yep.
something like that.
Yep.
Anyway, my dad did a show for her, and then I went to later on after me doing comedy, I went to a show, Joe Walsh, and then we went to her house afterwards, and it was the house that my dad did that show in, and her daughter was there, and I told her that, and we were like, man, that's crazy, and then that was about it. It's about as quick as a Daniel Boone party would be. Like it was just like, all right, that sounds good. Yeah, you're doing good. All right, doing good, and then we moved on. And then we talked heavily about Daniel Boone, to be honest. Got some pretty deep Daniel Boone stuff.
Do you want to guess the largest employer in Tennessee?
Oh.
Yeah, it's a Nissan.
Walmart.
Vanderbilt. Oh, Vanderbilt's pretty good.
Vanderbilt's number 2.
Yeah.
FedEx in Memphis is number 1.
Oh, someone yelled FedEx.
Yeah, 30,000 employees in FedEx in Memphis. Vanderbilt has 26,000.
It's all going to be Amazon soon. So.
And Oracle's coming here now.
Yeah, Oracle's coming here. Something to do with the SeaWorld, I believe.
I think so.
With the Oracle whale?
Yeah. I think the people that build the Oracle wells is coming. And we're going to try to get us some wells here in Nashville. We're pretty excited about it. They're going to go right down the Mississippi River, right down there. I always think of a well when I think of Oracle.
When you
Is
think
it
of,
called an Oracle well?
Yeah.
Orca.
Huh?
Orca.
Oh. I always think an Oracle well. That's every time I hear that, I think about the well.
Yeah.
If I walked in and they showed me what they really did, I'd be like, I am blown away right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I was way off. And then he goes, what do you think we're doing? I'd be like, I'd rather not say. Because you don't want to know how bad of a company I thought you were. I thought you guys are making shamus back here. I always, when going to the airport, it says international. And it says INT''L. I always think it says until I get there. And I always thought that as a kid, and I think it every time I pull in there, here, get it until right here, you get to the airport. You take this until you get to the airport. That's what I thought it meant. And I always think that.
Nashville until the airport.
Until the airport's right there.
Direct address up there.
And I get that it's not a word, but I always think until we get there. It is. What's this road do? Until you get there.
We'll find out.
The most famous ghost in U.S. history is the Bell Witch in Adams, Tennessee.
All right.
Yeah.
A couple people. One was the Bell Witch.
She's here.
She's here, and she's like, woo!
The Bell Witch Cave you can still go to and take tours.
I want to say I've been there, but I don't know. I would think I would remember.
Barbara
it, so that's my
Mandrell's
only.
house.
Yeah. The only reason I don't think I've been there because I think I should remember it. So, but maybe I'm not that impressed with the Grand Canyon, so I don't know.
It's like you get there and you see the witch, and you're like,
Yeah, you're like, all right, she's
it's
there.
She's there. Like, we get it.
And she's like, hi. And I'm like, hi.
I'd rather fly over the witch, to be honest with you, than actually see it.
You want to be up front with it and go, there's the Bell Witch. What is you can say there's the Blair Witch, but that was something else.
Yes, it was. That was something else.
Do you think they knew each other?
That was a project that they were working on.
Would they know each other now? Because I'd imagine they can travel pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So does the
They
Blair
might
Witch
get together like the Daniel Boone Society every now and then.
Yeah.
Swap ideas.
All the witches.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, they'd say, go in the bathroom, turn off the lights, and say, Bell Witch, Bell Witch, Bell Witch.
And she just died, so go ahead.
I never would do it. I was too afraid.
Y'all blow the candle out and go, Bell Witch, Bell Witch.
Bell Witch.
Someone got it.
Yeah, we did that. We did that with Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
Right.
it's Bell Witch, Bell Witch.
In my town, it was.
Yeah. We move a little slower down there at Lebanon, like we go. That's Lebanon for you.
Homer Cracker Barrel.
I would to be around when witches are pretty active would have been, I think, pretty fun.
When was that exactly?
Oh, when was it not, you know? Witch is just kind of a fun word to say. And the fact that get to be like, I think she's a witch.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of gossip about that. Now there's just gossip about, like, you know, someone that's not as fun as being a witch.
Yeah.
I mean, people think they're a witch. I mean, obviously.
It's not a ton of fun for them
No, obviously.
if they get called a witch.
No.
But, yeah. But it is
Not a
fun
good
to
time.
throw it. That's a fun accusation to throw around.
Yeah.
You're a witch.
I think she's a witch.
Yeah.
And then you go, why do you think that? You go, I don't know. And then they burn them. I mean, it gets real quick. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, you know.
All right, you want to talk about some famous people from Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's some that were born in Tennessee, as you might not know. Bill Belichick.
Oh.
He's been here, though. I know that I almost think he coached at Vanderbilt.
His dad did.
Okay.
His dad coached at Vanderbilt, and he was born here when his dad was coaching.
Yeah. And so, and he's been back here a bunch.
Yeah, I think
I think he used to have a house here.
I think so.
All right.
The Allman Brothers. Well, they're here tonight.
Yeah.
The Allman sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Jessica right there. Hey.
Just gotta listen to that voice.
Kathy Bates.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Megan Fox.
You related?
Really?
Are you related to Kathy?
Not that I know of.
I'll be honest with you. Megan Fox looks like she's from Tennessee now that I think about it.
What?
Does that, when you really think about it, you're like, all right, that makes sense. Like, that's, it would be like you don't agree with it, then you're like, yeah, I agree. Like, she's got a little fire to her. Does she not? I think she's in trouble all the time.
Is
Yeah, she's kind of a rebel.
I haven't heard anything about her in a while.
Are you talking about Megyn Kelly from Fox?
No.
Is that's
That's what you thought?
that's what I thought you thought.
No.
Because it was
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You're like,
Yeah, Megan
she's always
Kelly
in the
from Fox.
news, you know.
Yeah.
It's just,
You know, always making noise.
every time I turn on the news, she's on there somewhere.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, yeah, it's,
No, I meant Transformers Megan Fox, right?
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Ric Flair was born in Memphis.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So those people were just born here and moved away. Who do you guys think is the most famous Tennessean of all time?
All right.
Dolly,
Well, I kind of meant these guys, but
Yeah. Well, we can see. All right, because
All right,
we're
so-
about to wrap this up.
Yeah, wrap this
just
up.
so everybody can wrap their head around that.
And and I'm not talking about like let's talk the last 100 years. Andrew Jackson's on the $20 bill. He's very famous, but let's say the last 100 years.
Who?
Elvis.
Elvis. Yeah, Dolly and Elvis.
That's who I had to. Elvis, Dolly.
Yeah, this is a solid question to end on, man. Just two immediate
think Dolly
answers
Parton?
that no one.
Well, I mean, I asked
Bigger
for
than
one.
Elvis?
Who is it? Elvis? Or
I think
Dolly?
Elvis has to trump Dolly Parton. Oh, okay.
No, but I'm talking about spent most of your life here.
Oh, okay.
You said I didn't spend most of my life here. And you're gonna give Elvis his time?
I mean, Oprah.
Yeah, but she's not.
Somebody
yeah,
does not like Oprah
yeah.
in the crowd. Did you hear that?
Oprah was born. Yeah, she left quick, right?
She went to high school, college here, her first job here. But yeah, most of her life she's not been here, so
Yeah.
she won't count. Taylor
She's like
Swift.
real.
Taylor
Yeah,
Swift.
but she's from some. But Taylor Swift's pretty big.
Yeah.
I'm saying like I act like I'm saying a name people
I
don't know.
know. Right?
Like,
You're like, oh,
you know,
God.
you grew up with her.
No, I didn't. I went
Yes,
to high
you
school.
did.
Went to high school with her brother.
But you know her.
And I met her a few times. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you
I
ride
don't-
her
yeah.
plane?
Yeah. Yeah. I have, yeah.
He's
yeah.
been on her plane.
Yeah.
Her private jet.
Have we talked about this?
No.
No. Oh, we've never even mentioned it.
I don't think so.
Oh, are we? Yeah. Why do you care? Wait, do you care?
I don't know. It feels weird to talk about.
Why?
Yeah, let's not talk
Let me
about
tell you
it.
something.
No.
I don't think she knows what you're doing.
That's true. There was a brief moment in time where she knew my name.
Yeah.
I think that window's closed for sure.
Yeah.
I think if I saw her, I'd be like, "Hey, you remember I always used to be friends with your brother?" She'd be like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, kind of. She
You-
doesn't even know her brother.
you put on
she
some
gets,
weight since
But if
then,
she
but
gets
yeah.
so famous, she's like, "Who is it? Your parents?" She's like, "I don't know." The people that raised you. You're like, "Oh God, when was that?" Do you talk to her brother still?
Yeah, he's coming to my
Yeah.
wedding.
Oh,
Yeah, so you can
right.
meet him if
All
if
right.
you're coming.
well, let's see. We'll find out.
You can.
I know.
Yeah.
I got a gig. So if we did a Mount Rushmore then of Tennesseans,
Yeah.
Dolly in the east, Elvis the west, Taylor Swift in the middle,
Al
Yeah.
Gore.
Who?
Tina Turner.
Turner?
She's from Nutbush.
Justin. Wow.
Oh.
Justin Timberlake.
That's a good one.
That's
a
a pretty
very
good
good
one. Daniel
Daniel
Boone.
Boone. There it is.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah. Which one? Yeah. So that's
Nate Bargatze?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barely lived here. David, what if David Crockett got it instead of Daniel Boone? He's like, again? All right, what's first up?
All right, so Tennessee, the state's got its name. It's derived from a Cherokee word that means Tennessee.
What is this? I think the questions are harder if you're trying to get into this country than what the answer you just gave. Like, is the answer just come? What was it from? What Tennessee?
Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Tanasi.
Okay.
Tennessee.
So basically, it just comes from the word they made up, Tennessee.
A Cherokee town. Yep. That was,
And we made a state out of it.
Settlers came here and said, "That's a good name. Let's call it that."
Let's
call
spell
it
it
that.
way different, but we'll keep the same spirit of it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh.
Tennessee is a great name for a state.
I mean, yeah.
What are you basing that on?
Huh?
What are you basing that
Just
on?
thinking of Oregon. Oregon doesn't seem. You know, if you just were like, where are you going to go live, and you know nothing about America,
Oh, and you're just going
and
off
you
the
go
name.
Tennessee, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
It's got a rhythm to it.
yeah, Tennessee,
Yeah.
and you're like, that sounds like good people,
Man.
you know, Maine.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, dude, take it easy. I might not even move. How about that?
It became a state in 1796. It was the 16th state.
Hmm.
So there's the 13 original colonies, and then
We jumped on at the end after that.
Well, we got in there pretty early.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
Yeah.
the third state.
We waited till they won the war, and then
we jumped in there.
yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
You don't want to insert yourself.
Just
You
be on the
boys
fence.
done out there?
Did y'all figure all that out? All right, well, now we're good. We'll
Yeah.
hop on.
We were going to try to say it earlier, but you had a lot going on. So we're a state. And what's the announcement you make when you become a state? You know, how long does it take to draw the lines around it? You know?
Yeah.
That's just a nightmare. Put all the signs up that say you're leaving
Yeah.
Tennessee. That's probably the first thing you do, is you got to
like
go
it-
make signs that say you're leaving Tennessee, welcome to Tennessee. You got to go do that at so many different
It's like-
places.
Like you're chalking a football field.
Yeah.
Like you just got to
Just
roll
rolling
that
it.
all the way through. You got to cut so many trees.
You just got
Dude, probably took years.
yeah.
We probably wanted to do it earlier, and
I
then we're
bet.
like, this is going to take a long time.
And I bet that's why it took such a sharp
Yeah.
turn down after the point, because it was supposed to be a square, and he's like, dude, I'm not going. He's like, are these people crazy, dude? He goes, I'll act like I'm going, then I'm coming back, and I keep acting, and I just always act like I'm going, and they go, are you going out there? And he goes, yeah, dude, look at me. I'm heading that way, ain't I? And then he comes back in.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why you like having a river. Then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
God's already done that
There's
part
the-
of it.
Yeah.
You know, we'll just say that's it.
Yeah, the river. Yeah. How do you map it out? When
don't
did they
know.
do all this stuff?
Around 1796.
Okay.
It's a lot of stuff. They were pretty busy.
Yeah.
Just when they go, we're a new state, it's like, oh, just the headache of that. Can't it just
How
be
do you map
land?
that out?
Huh?
How do you map that out? It's not like you have GPS. I mean, somebody just had to draw it
The
and
sun,
guess.
the crows.
As the crow flies.
As a crow flies, I bet there's a lot of crows.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody drew it and then they worked around that.
But they drew the country.
But what did they draw? They just like.
Some guy just like, this would be fun.
Yeah.
Let's just go down this
He
way.
didn't
You got to
Everything
start
going-
somewhere, and then
Yeah.
you just correct it each time.
Yeah.
then you
That
guys
could have been
fix
it. Lewis and Clark, they did something.
Yes, they did. There have been 4 capitals of Tennessee: Nashville, Knoxville, Murfreesboro, and for one day, Kingston.
Wow.
What
Kingston
happened?
had to go, huh?
What was that day?
So
Sad day.
it wasn't-
They got out.
the capital was Knoxville, and the Cherokees on the what?
No.
The Cherokees owned the land that was currently Kingston, so they said, we'll give you this land if you make Kingston the capital. And they said, okay. And then as soon as we got it, after one day, went back to Knoxville.
Yeah. Oh, you guys, I just got a shirt made, though. You know?
Governor of Tennessee is Bill Lee. He's also the owner of Lee Company. So
What is that?
heating and air.
Lights.
Lights?
Oh, I don't know. I was just guessing. Like,
That's
It's heating and air, right?
HVAC.
Yeah.
yeah, that's good. Glad we got that. Got to the bottom of that.
There's been 3 presidents from Tennessee. Can you
Oh,
guess,
really?
guess any of
Andrew
them?
Jackson?
Andrew
He's not
Jackson.
from here, is he? Yeah, someone's a James.
Are you
K.
counting
Polk?
Al Gore? That's what I want to know, Brian.
Well, he was the vice president. No, president.
Some would say otherwise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're getting at. So Andrew Jackson,
So
James
3.5.
Yeah.
Andrew Jackson.
James K. Polk,
Yeah.
and
And
Andrew Johnson.
oh wow, he feels like he's from here. Now that I think about it, Andrew Johnson feels like the most from here.
Just based off the name, do you know anything about his term?
No, of course not. But I just
You're like, based on the policies he enacted, he really feels
Yeah.
like a Tennessean. Nah,
just the name Andrew Johnson. You're like, yeah, dude. I think I knew his family.
Yeah, it's one
like,
of the Johnson
I think I'll
boys.
be like, he's president, dude. Do you know the Johnson?
Yeah, he used to run with the Blanchard boys back in the day.
Blanchard boys. Just the misfits they were up to.
He's the only person in history to hold every major elected office.
Andrew Johnson?
Yep, he was city
Everyone.
councilman, the major one, city councilman, mayor, state representative, state senator, governor, U.S. representative, U.S. senator, vice president, president.
I mean, he did. He had to hit
was
all
also-
the stops, dude. That's the guy that had to earn it.
He was also impeached, but
Yeah.
He got to the top and got impeached?
He became president when Lincoln was assassinated.
Oh.
So.
Do you think he tried to keep going after president? Like,
Yeah.
Let's go back to the government hiding stuff from us real quick. And he probably tried to extend.
Why did they? So he was only president just one term after Lincoln, and then it was out.
Yeah.
And then
Peggy Eaton.
he got
right?
impeached. Huh?
The Peggy Eaton affair, wasn't that him?
I don't know, man.
What?
I know a lot of terms, but I don't know where they go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember reading about the Peggy Eaton affair.
I don't know that one.
Wait, did we?
That was Johnson or Jackson. I can't remember which one.
I don't know. I don't know about an
Yeah.
affair.
All right.
But Andrew Jackson's buried at the
man.
Hermitage.
It wasn't that.
Huh?
The
Dude, it's
scandal.
not
I
only are
don't-
people listening, they're watching.
All right. I'm sorry I brought it up.
Were you going to describe it?
I know very little more about it,
Yeah.
but it was a big deal at the time.
Yeah.
It was a big
You might
deal.
want to Google that. So Andrew Jackson's buried at the Hermitage. James K. Polk's buried at the Tennessee State Capitol here in Nashville. Andrew Johnson's buried in Greenville, Tennessee, east of here.
How would you?
I mean, what are we doing? I mean, wow.
83 people are moving to
For a
Nashville.
second, I hoped I was alone. And I was like, going to wake up and be like, God, I hope I'm just dreaming. And you're like, no, this is real life, dude. And we're just breaking it down.
83 people move to Nashville every day, greater Nashville area. U-Haul named Tennessee the #1 state in America in 2020 for people moving here.
Utah
Yeah.
did?
U-Haul.
U-Haul. I was like,
That would be
I was
impressive
like,
if Utah.
stand up for yourself, Utah. Like, I appreciate it, but have a little
I know.
self-respect.
What if that's how you get people to not move your place? You name another state
Yeah.
as the #1 place.
Yeah.
So we throw it back to Utah. But no, actually, Utah's #1. And you're like, are they? And you're like, I don't know, but we don't want you moving here. So, sure.
So U-Haul, yeah, the most people who crossed in our state but did not leave in a U-Haul. Tennessee was #1.
Yeah.
First people moving here.
You don't have to bring it back, huh?
Because they have GPS on the U-Haul?
Well, I guess
Or they got to
ne-
turn it in?
Yeah, you got to turn it in somewhere. You
Yeah.
don't get to keep it.
So they know you crossed the state, and then
Then you turn it into an office here in Tennessee.
They
Then
don't
you
just
go
give
to,
you-
then you call them and go, well, where is it? And I go, it's somewhere, dude. I don't know. It's not. I'll give you a hint. It hasn't left Tennessee. So good luck figuring that out. And then you dump it somewhere and wherever you want in Tennessee.
Tennessee is tied with Missouri for the most states bordering it. 8 states border Tennessee.
Wow, that's fun.
Can you guess them?
The 8, we shouldn't be. It just can't. It can't come to that. To us guessing the 8 states.
Didn't
Can you
used to have
imagine
them-
driving in a car and just hearing, listening, and him go, Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama. You just name this, and you're like, this guy just drives right off a cliff, and he just lands right when he hits Kentucky, and then just boom. And that's the last thing he heard. He couldn't believe it was still going during the fall. He goes, you know, we was falling for a while.
Yeah. And I go,
And
Arkansas.
Memphis. Well, Memphis is part of it. And he's like, what? And he's pressing the gas as it's going down because he's like, maybe it will make me get there faster.
The geographic center of Tennessee is Murfreesboro.
It's right in the middle.
Good job, Nate.
Yeah.
From Memphis to Mountain City, if you drove it on I-40, it's 8 hours. The northeast corner of Tennessee is 105 miles closer to Canada than it is to Memphis.
Oh, yeah.
What? Say that again?
The northeast corner of Tennessee is 105 miles closer to Canada than it is to Memphis.
Oh, wow.
All right, I'm Preston.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy. You can drive
Yeah.
to Canada quicker than... That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
If I'm hearing correctly,
trying to
that's what
visualize
he's saying. Huh?
So if you take Tennessee and just kind of flip it up,
Yeah.
It would go to Canada? Is that what you're telling me? Right?
And a little,
Oh,
and a
like,
little bit past it. Yeah.
Riddle me
105
that, Miss Frizzle. Would that what happened?
so we could have been in Canada.
We could have been.
We could have been Canadians.
So next time you have to go to Memphis, go to Vancouver.
Go to Canada.
Vancouver's
Yeah.
way away. All right.
Yeah.
Ottawa.
Um,
I mean, look, I have a great stand-up career going. I'll be fine. So I mean, y'all, we can sit here as long as you guys want. I'm going on the road tomorrow. So.
in 1920, Tennessee became the 36th and final state necessary to ratify the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote.
We were the last one.
We're the one to put it over, yeah.
We were the vote to.
Yeah, to make it official.
So all the states got to vote.
Yeah, and then one
then we
guy,
were the one.
an East Tennessee legislator, switched sides after he got a telegram from his mother telling him to do it.
Oh. Where'd she get the nerve to ask for that? I mean, all she had was not able to vote. How long did the telegram take to get there?
They're pretty quick.
I'll vote. 1 second, your mom has got a letter. Oh, I'll read it. I bet it's a lovely letter. Let us vote. Oh. Okay. Sorry. I'm going to change my mind here, guys. Because my mom.
Oof.
The largest.
What year was that?
1920. We just hit the 100-year anniversary.
Oh, women getting to vote?
Yeah.
All right.
How you feel about that?
I mean, I'm happy with it. I think it's great. Yeah. That'd be great. You have a stance. You're like, I don't know. I'm still it's tough. That's a tough one. It's been 100 years. It's a lot to think about. Orny Adams had a comedian great joke about that. Where he's like, because then men had to vote to see if women could vote. He's like, how did we lose that vote?
Yeah.
They're all getting
Men
telegrams
could have just
from
stuck
their...
together and just said no.
Glenn Jacobs, better known as the wrestler Kane, is the mayor of Knox County.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
That's a big change. You can see your mayor everywhere.
Yeah.
If he's in the bathroom at the restaurant, you just see like his neck above the bathroom stall. I mean, could you,
what you want in a
imagine
mayor.
I thought
walking
you
in-
meant like he's in the media, he's in the news everywhere. You're like, no, you can physically see him.
Yeah. Dude, he's so big. You would walk in there and be like, oh, hey, Kane. And he's like, how'd you see me? You see the top of his head? And because he's that tall, can't go anywhere. And you're like, yeah, dude, you're 7 feet.
That mask
right?
is doing nothing.
7'1".
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah, then he took the mask off.
Yeah.
Does he look like a normal person?
Yeah, he's actually been.
He's actually quite handsome. Yeah.
He's against mask, actually.
Huh?
He's against wearing mask in public.
Oh, he's against it.
Yeah.
Oh, and he wore mask.
Yeah.
I wore masks for so long that I will not do it again.
Not again.
I would be against it too if I did it for 30 years wrestling, Yeah, I'm pretty anti-mask as well. Is his brother the Undertaker? You ever hear that?
Not in real life.
I always thought that was real life.
No, that was just the storyline in wrestling.
Oh, I bought into it.
Yeah.
What are the odds those two guys are that big? You're like, yeah, that makes sense, dude. Why are they not? The Undertaker lives here. I think he lives in Hendersonville. Does he? I don't know. I think his
come across
address
that one.
is. That's their good. Guys, don't quote me on this. His social security number is.
Knoxville was home to the 1982 World's Fair. 11 million people came to Knoxville, and that's where the Sun Sphere came from.
Did you go?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember it. I was like 11,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I didn't go.
You didn't go.
Y'all can afford it to go.
No.
And y'all are like halfway there in Lebanon. I was 3, so yeah, I don't. But you see that sphere every time you go to Knoxville. Why did they pick Knoxville as the for the fair?
I don't know.
When did they stop doing the World's Fair?
They may still be doing it for all I know.
If you had to set up the World's Fair, what city would you pick? Where would you put it? You got to drop a lot of infrastructure. Where do you throw it? You can't do it
You
here.
changed your word on that, didn't you? You
I
weren't
switched
gonna
up the
say,
sentence. Yeah.
You gotta drop a huge infrastructure. Like if I was in that meeting, I'd be like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
All right, guys.
And he wants to bring the fair to our town? Yeah. How about take it somewhere else, buddy? Because I don't think you got it all dialed down. No one says dialed down either. I meant dialed in. Now I join you. Now I go. Then you walk out of the office and I'm like, hey, can I get a job, man? Like, you think I'm so tired of working here, to be honest with you. We're batting down ideas like this World Fair. I think it'd be a really good thing for this city if we could get it.
We used to have, never mind.
No, go ahead.
What's the difference between a World Fair and a state fair? Is it just bigger? I think I just got. Do they have more different kinds of food from other countries?
University of Notre Dame. What's bigger than the world?
You tell me.
Well, what's the difference between country and a state? You know, let's just keep doing it. What's the big difference between a motorcycle and a unicycle?
You said Memphis was a state 5 minutes ago, dude. Remember that? You said Memphis was a state.
That was the joke.
I know. Well, what's the difference? I mean, obviously it's bigger, but is it just that's it, huh? It's just a bigger.
It's bigger.
I think
bigger Ferris wheels.
I don't think it's that. I think the stuff they bring in is from all over the country. It's kind of like
all over the world.
Yeah, all over the world.
Yeah.
He's thinking of the country fair.
Yeah. You go to the country fair?
Oh, okay.
We have a country fair every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. County. It goes all the way down to county. I've never seen a city fair. It's like we stop at county. You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I think that'd be a carnival.
Yeah, you're talking about just like like skee ball at a Chuck E. Cheese. Like,
yeah.
Narrowing it down.
The atomic bombs used during World War II were created in Oak Ridge National Laboratory.
Oh, man.
Oh, well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Tennessee has more caves than any state in the U.S.
Really?
Ooh.
Somebody should tell Kentucky that, because every time I'm in Kentucky, they will not shut up about their caves.
Yeah.
Every sign is like, we have caves.
Well, they don't want you to see what's above ground. So. I think I'm going to go downtown tonight. Why don't you come over here down this cave? Yeah, it's cool, dude. You know it's 72 degrees at all times or whatever it is. My parents are from Louisville, Kentucky, by the way, so I'm joking.
The honors course in Ooltewah was named the 28th best golf course in America by Golf Digest.
What course?
The honors.
Oh, yeah. Someone really does not believe in that.
That's the guy who owns Pebble Beach back there laughing.
Yeah.
He's
Honors?
You call that a golf course?
You call that a golf course? Honors is unreal. I've actually never been too, so I say that, but I've always heard about it, and it's supposedly awesome. It's the best course in Tennessee because it's golf club's number 2. All right.
All right. I always start throwing a golf thing.
You guys will listen to my golf podcast. It airs during the live shows. Aaron Land's not happening tonight.
Cutting into my Aaron Land time, dude.
Yeah.
As far as Christian denominations, Southern Baptist number 1.
Yep.
United Methodist number 2. Catholic 3. Church of Christ 4.
You sounded so upset.
Yeah.
Oh, Catholics.
I know.
They're hanging in there.
I was just
We're
disappointed.
doing great.
You're number 3. All right.
Sorry. The trial of the century was held in Dayton, Tennessee, the Scopes Monkey Trial.
Yeah.
Wow.
You guys know this?
No.
What do you think happened?
The Scopes Monkey Trial?
Yeah. I just want to hear what you think might have what happened there.
I think monkeys are involved, and I think they were doing knee surgeries on them. Don't they do scopes in their knees? And It was messing up the monkeys.
And the monkeys took him to court? Is that how it worked?
No, Aaron, don't be ridiculous. Someone took the monkeys to court for them. And they said they can't walk. And the other guy goes, they hang from trees. I think that's enough.
So it was Tennessee.
How close was he?
He's pretty close. He's pretty close.
Yeah.
There was a law that passed that couldn't teach creation in school, only evolution. And a biology teacher, you had to teach evolution, creation, and a biology teacher was teaching evolution, and they took him to trial.
And was his name Scopes or Monkey?
Scopes.
It wasn't Scopes versus.
It wasn't Scopes versus Monkey?
Scopes versus Monkey.
Yeah, why was it not called that?
The state of Tennessee
I mean,
versus
people
monkey.
just going, oh, man, he's suing a monkey.
Scopes was convicted and fined $100.
And that was the what?
Scopes monkey trial.
And it was the trial of the century?
It was.
Until OJ,
Yeah. When was that?
1925.
It was $100. It's
Yeah.
the trial of they said the century?
Well, in 1925,
Yeah,
it's
up to
still
that
kind of
point.
early in that century.
Up to that
Yeah,
point,
up
right?
to that point.
25 years.
That was like, how's that going? The Scopes monkey trial? Can you believe this? This guy's hearing that on it. Did you read in the paper about the Scopes monkey trial? They're like, oh. I bet there's so many people acting like they knew what it was and had
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah.
Because that's a weird name. The Scopes monkey trial.
Yes, it is.
Because, I mean, technically, the monkey's not even there.
Yeah.
And that's what I would ask. If I was a Scopes guy, I go, well, I want to call monkey to the stand. And then he puts his wrong hand on the Bible because he's dumb. And I go, exactly. I don't know. I don't know the point I'm trying to make. You ever seen this before? You hold a banana up and you go, this looks familiar to the monkey? These are the questions you're asking the monkey. This looks familiar. Can you open it for me, please? And he opens it the other way because they do open.
Yeah.
They open bananas the right way. I open a banana the same way a monkey does,
Upside down?
upside down.
Did you see a monkey do it and then?
No, I read about it, and it's so much better. If you don't open by the top, you open by the bottom, and that's what the monkeys are doing. I would imagine they know what they're doing. And they can eat a lot of them, and I've been doing quite well with bananas since then. I don't mind them as much. Instead of, you know how it breaks on you all the time?
Yeah. Was
Not-
it that big of a problem in your life? I feel like I've never had trouble.
If you start thinking about it, you're going to realize that there's a lot more trouble than you think.
Okay.
Maybe you just haven't been aware to it yet. You're young, got too much stuff going on. As you start settling down, you start looking at things to weed out of your life, and banana time is one of them for me. And so I looked into it, and you open it upside down. I'm working on squirrels with nuts, but I haven't finished the book, so don't tell me. I'm pretty excited about it.
The largest.
Has this been going on for 2 hours? How long have we been up there?
I mean, you want to wrap it up?
I don't know how long it's been.
I'll do a couple more.
Yeah, we
All right.
probably need to be right. Yeah, everybody's got a life, dude. They're about to. They've already left.
Talking about ways to peel a banana. It might be time to wrap it up.
Oregon. The Oregon family's been gone for a while.
Well, you made fun of the word Oregon for a while after that. Remember that?
I said Oregon. Oregon, like the state.
You don't think they're similar at all?
Oregon and Oregon.
I mean,
There's an E in there, right? I mean, I could see how his ears would perk up to the conversation.
The largest earthquake east of the Rockies, the New Madrid earthquake.
West of the Mississippi.
Yep.
What is it? The west of the east
West
of the Rockies.
Rockies.
West of the Rockies.
West of the
Rockies,
Rockies. So this is east.
East
This
of the
is
Rockies.
News from the east. Okay.
Yep. Occurred in the winter of 1811, 1812 in Tennessee. Reelfoot Lake was formed because of this earthquake.
Wow. What lake?
Reelfoot?
Oh, do you know that lake?
Yeah.
Oh.
Where is it?
Thank you. It's in West Tennessee, like northwest Tennessee.
Oh. Oh.
I think they got a lot of eagles there.
A lot of eagles?
Yep.
Yeah. Eagles got a lot of power.
Yeah.
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 All right. So I
More
thought
power than you want a bird to have.
After you talked about that, I went to the Columbus Zoo with my brother and his kid, and the bald eagle does look like it's running the show.
Yeah.
It just sits up there, it's looking around. It's like, you're not going to touch me. I'm on the quarter, you know?
It gets to pick where its cage goes.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah, the eagle's got a pretty heavy say in where they are. They're always near the bathrooms. Take a look next time you go. And just pay attention. You're going to be like, that makes sense, you know? This is a pretty good spot. Nice breeze right through here. Yeah, the eagle knows what it's doing. Brian, go ahead.
all right. We'll wrap it up. We're all big sports fans, so I thought we could talk about some of the greatest moments in Tennessee sports history. And then I'll end with a story about probably the most embarrassing moment in Tennessee sports history.
Okay.
All right. The biggest, the Music City Miracle with the Titans. That's it. I don't know if there's even another one. I mean, for us, for Vanderbilt, College World Series, that kind of stuff.
I guess it depends on one moment like that, or the Titans going to the Super Bowl.
Over the Music City Miracle? The Titans going to the Super Bowl?
I mean, just as far as, just one big event.
The other one has a name, and the other one's the Titans.
The
lost
Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not called the Tennessee Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's
But that's what sprang them to the Super Bowl.
I know, but the Music City Miracle is going to be the biggest thing we lost in the Super Bowl. It's a name, you know what it is.
It depends on if you're talking about like a moment or an accomplishment.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the last game we won that year.
The Music City Miracle?
Was it?
No.
No. We won one more game?
We won 2 more.
Okay. The Music City Miracle is, it's a miracle.
It is that.
Yeah.
You got that? That's a good argument. Preds went to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
We're Game 6. Vandy, a couple World Series. The Vols won a national championship in football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Still, the one we're saying 3 words and everybody knows what it is. I'd imagine has to be up there pretty high. The Music City Miracle.
You may be right. Can you think of any?
I may be right.
I mean, I think they've heard of all those other things I just threw out.
It's still not the Music City Miracle. Like that's what everybody knows the Titans from.
Yeah.
No one goes, oh, I didn't see that game. I did see them lose in the Super Bowl though.
Sports Illustrated did a ranking.
Was it the game after the Music City Miracle?
How about that movie Blindside? Does that count?
Yeah.
The Memphis Miracle? Is that what it was called? That was there, wasn't it?
Yeah. As a
Not really a
sporting
moment, but yeah.
No, that kid.
Yeah.
That's not a sporting moment.
The movie coming out was the moment.
I don't even know if y'all watch sports.
Sports Illustrated had the Titans going to the Super Bowl #1.
Yeah.
They had it over the Music City Miracle.
Yeah.
It said the Titans going to the Super Bowl.
Again, I think they maybe look at it a little different than you do.
No, they're being annoying. This is like the person that is like the one guy that doesn't vote Michael Jordan in the Hall of Fame. Like that just goes, oh, he wasn't unanimous because I didn't think he deserved it yet. And you're like, well, you're just obnoxious.
I think the NFL draft in Nashville may even have been above the Music City Miracle.
Above the Music City
I mean, it was way up there.
in this article.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense. Who was this? West of the Rocky News?
Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
All right. So the most embarrassing moment, I would say, in Tennessee sports history, besides me stealing first base, Cumberland University in Lebanon was then Cumberland College. They lost a college football game to Georgia Tech, 222-0. It's the greatest loss in college football. You probably could have guessed that.
Wayne, my brother-in-law's a teacher there at Cumberland University.
Yeah.
He was the coach this year. Go ahead.
Well, this happened in 1916.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech's coach was George Heisman, who the Heisman's named after. Cumberland had already discontinued their football program before the season. But Georgia Tech held them to it. They said, if you cancel, you got to pay $3,000, which was a ton of money back then. And earlier that year, Cumberland had beaten Georgia Tech in baseball 22-0. And George Heisman was the head coach of the baseball team as well. He said, if you guys come down here, I'll pay you $500 to come. So Cumberland had already discontinued their football program. So the equipment manager had to get up a team of guys. So he got his fraternity brothers and his lawsuits. They found 12 to 16 players to travel to Atlanta for this game. The score was 63-0 after the first quarter.
I'd say it's that wishbone offense. It's tough to guard. It's that triple option. It's a beast, dude. Go ahead. It's a beast.
It was 126-0 at halftime. Pretty consistent there. Cumberland's only effective defensive effort was a block extra point when they did a human pyramid. And the guy at the top suffered a gruesome facial injury.
That was their highlight.
Yeah.
That was their highlight.
That was on ESPN later that day.
Dude just getting nailed in the face.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech scored 32 touchdowns, did not attempt a forward pass.
Yeah.
Triple option.
Yeah.
It was all rushing or defensive plays.
Wow.
Georgia Tech didn't pass the ball at all?
No, didn't have to.
That's respectful of them at least. You know, it's
Yeah,
just
they
like,
go, we're running
let's
the
keep
ball.
it on the ground. Yeah.
Would you, if the school asked you to play, would you play in that game?
Dude,
Your fraternity brothers?
100%.
I would have too.
I would love to be in that story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that pyramid. I probably
Yeah.
wouldn't be the guy at the top
Yeah.
falling down, but I'd be in there, man.
You know how to be, like, when they do the pyramid, it's like obviously what they're trying to do. And I like that they go, yeah, no, we'll let you try it. Let's try it. Let's see. And I think that kicker was so good, he aimed for that guy's face. I don't think it's an accident. He goes, yeah, kick him in the face. And you go, do we want the points? It doesn't. We have so many points. I would rather kick him in the face with the ball.
Bet you could hit that dude in the face.
Yeah.
Watch.
You guys, if they get on like a pyramid, I guarantee you I will. And then the game went so badly at some point, and they go, what if we did a pyramid? That's how many people you have that are not football players on that team, that they go, you know what? Because you always, like, when you watch games, you're always like, why don't they ever do this? And you're like, because it's in, that's a bunch of guys that like, you know what I never see? Pyramid. You know, cheerleaders get on top of each other. Let's just do that. And we're blocked the field goal with my face. All right, everybody. That is it for this live podcast, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming out.
Thank y'all so much.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. It truly means the world to us that you do this, and I can't thank you enough. And we will see you next time. Thank you.
We like to eat out. We go to Chick-fil-A a lot. Anybody else think Chick-fil-A's drive-thru service is getting a little too good, though? Like, they are meeting you so far out there. Like, I don't even realize it's them. I thought it was a homeless guy with an iPad. It's like, no, go away. I'm not giving you money. Go. And they're like, what can we get you? I'd like to get off the interstate first. This does not feel safe. How's your Wi-Fi so good? They're like, pull on to the next window. What window? I'm at Arby's right now. I don't even see a window. Chick-fil-A's so good, they're eventually just going to be waiting for you in your car. You're just going to come out and get in your car like, oh my gosh! And then they're going to be like, we knew you were coming. God told us. Yep, God told us. All right, folks, that's my time. Ron Banks, thank you so much. Thank you.
What's going on? How's everybody doing? Thank y'all for being here, man. This is fun. Are you feeling good? You vaxxed up? I don't care. But, that's good. I got the vaccine early because my buddy sent me a text. He goes, "Hey man, if you want the vaccine here in Nashville, all you gotta do is just call this number and tell them you're fat." I was like, "Thanks, Connor." So I call him, I go, "Hey, I'd like the vaccine." And this lady goes, "All right, well, what's your underlying medical condition?" I didn't know they were going to word it like that. I said, "I have fat." She goes, "Great, see you Thursday." I was like, "Wait, do I need to prove it somehow?" She's like, "Nah, I could hear it on the phone. So I'm worried about you now. Come on in, come get the vaccine."